it's a year, right?
Right.
Since you last self-harmed.
Right.
So how long before that did you self-harm?
5 years.
5 years. What changed a year ago today?
Well, I had a lot better of a support system. I met Robin, I met Kara and Allison, and a lot of the staff at the youth shelter. That really changed.
Over the past year, what's helped?
I gained 2 of the greatest people in the world.
Sounds like I set her up to say that, but I promise I didn't.
No, that was not like, that wasn't at all set up. No, I really did. They're my favorite.
What would you say to someone that's struggling with that?
Honestly, like, I understand that it's hard. And then I think that you don't really see that people care, because it's really hard to tell that people care even if you know they do. Knowing and believing are very different. I can know that somebody cares about me, and sometimes it's really hard to see it, but people do care, and it's going to get better. It takes a while, but it will.
How can people, like, how can loved ones of people that are self-harming help? Like, what would have helped you? Or what did Robin and Kara do?
I feel like if you are a loved one of somebody who does self-harm, don't say, if you love me, you wouldn't do this. Because that's not the reason they do it, first of all. They have, like, it's like, you can't say that to somebody, because that makes them feel like they're messing up. When it isn't about you, it's more so stuff going on in, like, their head. Depression's real. I think the biggest thing is, don't say, like I said, don't say, if you love me, you wouldn't do that, or that they're doing it for attention. That's also really not okay to say. I guess just be the biggest supporters that you can, and let them know that you're there.
Was there a pattern? Like, did something happen that would cause
it?
Honestly,
I think the biggest, it's, sometimes it was a pattern, but it isn't always really a pattern. I think it's more so something triggers that mind, like clicks in your mind, and it's, I have to do this. Like, it became an addiction more so, because it felt like it really helped, but obviously it didn't. I now have scars that I'm always going to get asked about, and, like, they're always going to be there. So
to remind you about it.
Yeah.
Do you think, like, your faith has helped at all?
Oh yeah, more than anything, I think that has. I think when I met the church group, when I was at the shelter, they really triggered something that has helped. Like, I gained many supporters, and then I realized how big God really is.
Is it something that gets easier, or do you still struggle with it as much as you used to?
I do struggle still, yes, and it doesn't really get easier. I think as the days pass, the thought occurs less, but it's not like it's not there. I mean, it's always gonna be there, and some days you're gonna notice it more than others. I mean, the thought's always gonna be there, like I said, but if something happens in a day and your mind goes to, should I do this? Like, I mean, don't do it. Like, it feels good to come this far, but it's still just as hard today as it was day one. Maybe harder, because it has been so long, but it's not worth it in the end. And you feel so much better when you come this far. Or even after the first month, I never thought I'd be this far. So, yeah.
Leanne and I are gonna celebrate her 1 year of being free from self-harm, and it's gonna be super fun. But first we have to meet with the bride because life, so stay tuned. Step 1 of the celebration, Golden Corral.
Yum.
What are you gonna eat?
Everything? What don't you eat at Golden Corral?
That's true. Things that probably shouldn't be allowed. Us
Golden Corral.
unattended at a buffet.
Or anywhere.
True.
We can't be trusted anywhere.
She's not wrong. There's Leanne eating like a responsible person. Protein, veggies, killing it. Here's me. Garlic cheesy butter biscuit, cheesy potatoes, more potatoes. She's the responsible one. Okay, so you guys already know that we're celebrating Leanne today. So we went out to eat at a restaurant of her choice, and then we went to Ross, but we're not gonna talk about that because Tyler doesn't need to know about that.
I'm editing this video right now. I'm editing it, so I know about that.
But that's okay. And then now we have a special surprise.
That is fresh. Oh my gosh, it's so cute.
Isn't it so
It's
cute?
so cute. Oh my gosh, look at it. Almost.
Our countertops are really dirty, so you just ignore that over there.
It's got a permanent recipe on it.
It does. It's a problem. One day we'll get new.
Oh.
Oh. New countertops one day.
We're all in this together. That's awesome. I love it. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I love you guys. You guys are my fave.
We love you.
It's so precious.
I know.
Well, I made it back from Kansas City.
Yay, I hate it when you're gone.
That's true. Everyone does. It was a really long trip. I left on...
Except for it wasn't. It was just
No, for me it felt forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I left on a Sunday night after a church service
at 7 p.m.
and drove about 8 hours through the night until I finally got caught in a thunderstorm around 2:45 a.m.
Had
and
to
then
stop.
had to speak starting at 10 a.m. So
Right. And then he came back Wednesday. They got done at noon, and then he drove
drove all
back.
the way in. Yeah, it was awesome. I finished a lot of the first season of West Wing.
I've never seen West Wing.
I was like 2 when it came out.
I've seen random episodes, but not the whole thing.
It's pretty good. So, anyways, you guys celebrated Leanne's first year anniversary or
Free from
celebration.
self-harm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal, guys. I wish
really
that you
big
guys.
deal.
I wish you could have seen Leanne when we first met her. And it's really good. This blog has helped us a ton because it's been really good to see like a transition from who she was when we first met her to where like who she's becoming. Man, it's been a process though.
Yeah.
It's been crazy.
It's so, like, every day is something new, which is crazy and awesome. But seeing where she was a year ago, because we met her about a year ago, I said that earlier, even though she was still in the shelter, to now is just like night and day. And I can't wait to see, like, how she changes from here.
Yeah, like when she first moved in with us, like taking her to school in the morning, she would not even talk. I mean, she like.
I probably really annoyed her because I would try to be super peppy,
Yeah,
which is not me in the morning.
But like now it's totally the opposite. She'll talk to us and like gets up early and gets ready,
Yeah.
and like it's just awesome to see that transition happen in a year. And I can't wait to see what like God's going to do in her life moving forward.
Right.
But this whole self-harm thing is such a big issue with teens like across the country, like in general, not just Leanne.
And in like every setting, not just teens with Leanne's background.
Right, and it's like an epidemic that people don't even recognize.
Or think that it's legitimate. They kind of just assume that they're doing it for attention, which may be true in some cases, but that's not the underlying reason.
Yeah, so take it from us, our not vast array of parenting experience, but like if you've got a kid that's doing something like that, it's even if you think it's just for attention or if you think it's not a legitimate problem, like it's something you need to address
Right.
because teens are committing suicide. They're like they're lashing out at others, lashing out at themselves every single day, and it's a big deal. And so talk to them. It goes a long way.
It goes a long way. I think we underestimate how much they just want to be talked to and taken seriously, even though I know as a teenager I felt like an adult, even though now looking back I obviously knew nothing, but it went a long way just to be talked to and cared about.
We are beings who are designed to be in community and to be known, and our society has this. We have social media and we're like Snapchat, and they're constantly communicating. Teens are constantly communicating with each other, but it's not like real communication. And so, I guess if you're watching this, we would challenge you to talk to your kid, make sure that they know that they're known and loved, and they feel that community even amongst their own family.
Right, even like being known, and Leanne talked a little bit about how her faith has helped her a lot. Like, you don't always get known in this world by the people you want to be known by, but if she can be known by Jesus and then by us, her like family, it's just, I can't wait to see how she uses her story and her past to help other people.
Yeah, it's been a big journey for us, and we're glad that you guys are coming along with us. So if you don't mind sharing this video, liking it, and then hitting that subscribe button down below, then you can stay up to date with what we're doing. We just found out today that our home study case thing got approved, and so it's like the last step of the adoption process, so we're just waiting on a court date now. And so we'll do something really awesome for the blog for the actual adoption.
Day.
Yeah. I don't know what we're going to do. Swim with dolphins or something.
Swim with dolphins. We live in Indiana.
Exactly.